These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup.
Looking towards that bot lane as a point of strength for IG, especially on. It hasn't really come about that. Now Meteor maybe can make an influence on the top side.
A little campfire on top side maybe coming up here. YSKM going to be burning. Does flash out though. Not going to get stunned just yet, but the burn might be enough. The harpoon not going to hit, but the flame spitter. You don't need much aim with that one. Bertle gets first blood for LGD.
I think it really applies to Cannon, but yeah, look what Rumble can do with a slight advantage. One gang, YSKM's missing XP. Now there is a play on bot side. Ignite dropped again.
Vampire is hovering around trying to get it. Does end up getting Shaoya. GLFS does connect. Bram smash back. Shaoya getting low, and he will go down to On. So IG get gold right where they needed to.
This is some of these key moments, and IG end up pouncing. It took a little bit longer than potentially we would have expected, but it's still a kill, and it's a kill over to On as well. So that Misfortune is going to get a lot of that gold. Goes towards once we can be the one person that can maybe tank up a Maokai also or something like that. But right now, IG not able to hang on to this fog of war. I thought they would have put those wards down and looked for a big hook, but they're not in position to do so. Now Brand gets to go towards these grubs.
There's going to be joining Bertle. There's a return TP. They got what they came for. They're already having the 4 grubs. Mites have been secured. They're getting flanked. True Shot Barrage coming across though. Damage going down though. Bertle coming here as the cleanup crew. Big bullet time, but LGD, they've got more numbers here. And YSKM finally counts of 1, 2, 3 and has to back away. He's in a lot of trouble though. Bertle trying to chase him down. Does have the harpoon. Flame spitter licking at YSKM at the back, but Bertle, he can't find the final one there. Now you have lasting damage done because the siege is going to be difficult to deal with. IG looking for a pick though. Get Jin Zhao. There's too much CC and they're going to take him out. It's GLFS who gets him and the dragon. So 2 stacked up for IG already.
Was what looks to be another 5v5 again. IG will struggle in the 5v5s because they don't have that Rakan. They have that first pick, but it's not going to be the same value as Jin Zhao, bringing that big multi-man knock-up and charm combo.
That turret plate count is not what you want to see. GLFS kicking things off here, though. Jin Zhao trying to make his way out. Does get a big charm. Bullet time coming over top. He will end up falling again to GLFS. Vampire getting hit pretty hard there, but they gave up the Rift Herald for that. So some standing gold going to be on the map for LGD.
So this isn't, again, great for IG. You don't have an objective elsewhere on the map. Of course, the Maokai is a huge part of that, which kind of has gone unsaid up to this point. Problem is now, if you're using your big playmaking tools to get a single kill instead of the grubs, instead of the Herald, you're losing turrets like this. There's still a Herald to be used. It wouldn't surprise me if LGD set up for a really big mid lane play, but I don't think they want this fight. YSKM could teleport in for a flank TP. In fact, there is a red ping. They might go towards this. Herald's going to get the charge. I don't think the tower's going to die. Are they going to try and defend this?
There's the grass. They might go in. Bullet time connecting. They're going to go for the re-engage with Jin Zhao. Nice one. Flame spitter is burning them alive. As GLFS still burning. Not going to go down just yet. YSKM was on a big flank with his TP, but he can't pull it off because they've already lost their bodies.
Herald at the right timing to get themselves, 1, the big ultimates out of IG, but then 2, the tower and a lot of the HP. Blitzcrank, much in the same way for those who are Zoe players who saw Zoe when she was in pro play. If you are playing with your towers being down first, it changes the entire game. You can't sit in the same fog of war. You can't make the same aggressive plays. And you can't make the enemy team scared of you because they know where you are or at all times. They're pushing it across the map. They get the wards down. You're playing with map hacks enabled against
they're going to punish Bertle here. He does have the main quantity of gold, but the flash gets him to safety. They'll try to punish with the turret. They've already lost all 3 of their outer turrets before this, though. So it's going to be pity prizes for IG as Hai Chao is putting on his best construction hat for his doggo, and he's able to find so much gold on IG's side of the map.
Shaoya also using those 6 grubs as well. Make sure he can keep hitting those Qs onto the minions, getting himself as many Ws onto the tower. Those essence fluxes very much helping the tower killing. 6 grubs, man. 6 grubs. This
Dude,
is what changes the whole game.
What a good
whole
boy!
Thing, 6 grubs, the Triforce, and a very helpful core. Head contact as the flag drops here.
You're doing
you
great.
have to move your 4D chess in this way, and we're going to go from this playbook. That's about what I understand
pose.
from American football.
We're just going to throw everything in there. It's a smorgasbord. We're throwing more dragons the way of LGD, though. They'll stack up 2 ocean dragons in a row. That's going to make some of this damage a little bit harder to stick onto LGD, but
is still on, and he's still got a ton of gold. So LGD needs to be very careful when they buy into the big fights.
Uh-oh. YSKM. He just really wants the turret. He's going to all-out Bertle and try to get away. He's taking so much damage, though, and he's going to be so slow. No! YSKM He knows you well. Bertle takes him down for a solo.
Tries to open up the map a little bit, but Bertle with this huge lead guns him down. He has teleport as well.
Got him again.
Ginger caught again.
They get him this time, maybe. All the summoner spells there. Grand entrance out and able to get GLFS there with the rocket as Haichao claims GLFS. They might even look for more pressure here. There's pings already onto the Baron. They're starting it up.
That's the problem. You have bullet time, but that's about it. Vampire has a hook, but he has to go through the Baron. This should be being burned down. Double Leandre is burning his through.
Oh, it's going down so low. They've tried to do something. Desperation pull, but it's not enough. Bullet time on the back, but it's not going to be the damage you're looking for. And now LGD, they're the ones looking for. Meteor went out, but now it's the big buster shot back. He can't hang. His red hair will be a signal of death for him as YSKM goes down too. And LGD are showing the significant difference here as they are just chasing IG down.
LGD have just been one step ahead across the map at all times. IG have been trying to open up the map and they've just been denied. The Baron goes over with 6 grubs. This is going to be the base being broken open at bare minimum. They might even go towards more than that. They have 6 grubs. You have double AD carries. Slow death times. They can even go towards the Nexus turrets.
LGD are not messing around. You gave them a little bit, and they're going to take everything here. They are onto the turrets. They need to be a little bit careful. Have a bit of a siege. The first Nexus turret going down. LGD, they're looking to put the hurt on IG. They say win streak who coming out of Rumble Stage. This is going to be our 8th seed as they take game number 1.
LGD only won a single series in the Ascension group, but they were still in. Mordekaiser comes through, good anti-tank matchup. What we have seen, though, is that if the Mordekaiser dies early in any situation, you don't get to exacerbate that matchup. We've seen that most of the way through summer, even when he was against Skarner as well. So Bertle will probably need to get some attention early on again. To make
for misfortune there, walking up the river. It is LGD starting it up already here with this top lane trio. And they're actually keeping Jinzhao around mid lane to keep some pressure there as well. So it should just be the trade of objectives here as we're going to see GLFS go and start the Dragon as well.
So potentially a trade of objectives. LGD,
they do it
use
fast
split
enough.
map states. They that's a good point, actually. Yeah, we'll see whether LGD can come down to contest. He's going to be here, has level 6, but just bursts out a little bit of Jinzhao there.
Yeesh. That spear is going to make Nani's life a little worse. Oh, Meteor, this is rough. IG weren't able to do it fast enough. They just lost their 4th shot. Meteor is there. He steals it. IG logos come up from IG, but they're losing bodies now, too. As Haichao has already come away with the first blood for LGD.
It does feel like IG, they're set up for these objectives. This hasn't been good enough.
Oh, he doesn't have anything this time. My boy. Oh, no. The pressure point for IG has been exposed. LGD are going to pull Bertle down to try to get this 3 grub stack into 6 because they also have Meteor right around the corner. And unfortunately for IG, they don't really have bodies out on the map on this side of the map.
Saw the Leonis skin and thought, that's Beryl close enough, yeah. But I have to say, Beryl, that is someone I aspire to be. Win worlds, design your world skin after a waifu in a game that you play.
Why not?
You know what, that I can appreciate having so bold to do that. All the same. If we get ourselves into the map, and it is those 6 grubs over to LGD. It's just, we talked about this before. This is Safari League of Legends. They're watching the wildlife. They're not doing anything about it. They're here as spectators. They're not actually interacting with the map. And I don't think they can do that with this comp.
They have to be proactive. They have to find some sort of life on the map, especially with the Jhin in the composition. Now LGD just feels super confident to move into the enemy jungle. Step foot over there, even though they have the Scuttle Crab vision.
So, IG, can you force your way into the river again, or are you just going to be doing a bit more of a safari? They want to get involved this time.
Let's go. That is a bold TP, and YSKM's in there like swimwear. Big bullet time. Going to be stopped. Chaoya flashing over there, though. You got to look at the fight, though. IG getting split. Bertle has caught off the rest of them, and now LGD reforming around YSKM like an amoeba, and he will become one with LGD as they take the Rift Herald on top of it all, just like a cherry on top of a cake.
Yeah, IG thought they were being flanked, but they were the ones being enveloped. Arn can't influence the fight. Vampire's here, but I think he might just get caught.
It's just a Jhin, man! Come on! He tries to cleanse out of the slow. There's nothing to be said there. And LGD, they are looking down the barrel of a perfect game right now onto IG.
known this team can be very creative team fighters. I think particularly Arn is a player which I've sung the praises over and over. They're going to teleport onto the sideline now to see if they can get something back.
All right, Bertle, he does not have the ulti available. This is just going to be a classical 1v3 in the alcove, and he'll slowly but surely go down, giving the kill over to Nani. That's big. On the other side of the map, though, LGD are responding, trying to get a push into the tier 2 with Haichao. A nice surprise where IG were the ones coming into this series with a hot hand themselves, finishing off their Rumble stage very strongly. But LGD have quelled that very heftily, and we are already on second items for Haichao and for Xiaoya.
So, LGD, they do return to the scene of this crime. They'll get themselves that turret as well. Make sure some minions are denied there as well. YSCam walks up, tries to do something about it, and does nothing. Actually, the Herald is summoned bot side as well. Nady doesn't have teleport. You can't make it down here. GLFS, Vampire, they're on top side as well. I think LGD, again, showcasing that they're just a step ahead in terms of how they want to play out the map. This Herald will probably lead to a full tower on this bot side, especially with Haichao being so powerful. That's even more gold. And the mid lane as well. IUG trade a top lane outer turret for 2 inner turrets in the other lanes. This is just LGD.
He didn't even get it.
A better macro team.
He didn't even get it.
This is a bit more of a product of them losing the game and losing so many lanes, but IG across both games we've seen so far, they've just been behind on the map. They've been playing for these snappy engages, for these pick combos with either a Blitzcrank or a Jhin, and it hasn't gotten them the value. It hasn't blown out the game, which maybe it would have done versus some of the teams in the Nirvana group. Maybe you would have been able to scrap your way through, because they're also willing to forget about the wider map for these big skirmishes. Not that it has to be YSCam separating someone off from the team so they can get burned down as well. While all that happens, you also need to not get caught as well. But they're not even getting towards those fights. That's another tower down gone for LGD. IG, I think that they're in such a bad spot now that they can't even look for fight.
Not hit any of his shots, and that will be LGD making out by the skin of their teeth down bot. There is the TP on top side. IG, they stay up and they stay fighting. Here comes the counter TP from LGD, all out there. Deadly Flourish. They're connecting the CC really nicely on a Jhin Zhao, and he will go down. Bertle is a big machine, though, and he's smacking that mace down. Xiaoya finds his own and gets a solo bolo in the middle of the team fight against On. What a statement of a game and of this series for LGD.
This hasn't been close. IG have been behind on the map, and in this point where they try and make this big map play, they are just too far behind. LGD, they come in as on top seeded to the nice rival stage, the top team from the 2 teams of Ascension, which have made a way down to face off against the Nirvana groups, and it hasn't particularly been close so far. We thought there'd be a weakness in the bot side. I don't think that's been the case. And IG have not really been able to find those scrappy fights they've thrived on. Bertle has overstepped, though. He's probably going to die.
We've seen this already, and we talked about it a little bit. Bertle stays his welcome a little bit too long. We'll look for the outplay, but has no realm of death here. Just try to get some damage down. But nice little pick off by IG to get GLFS a little bit of gold. Baron started up on the other side, though. LGD not caught wanting themselves.
No, LGD, they're just faster again. Yes, you stay for Bertle, but you give up Baron at this point. So Bertle, this time it is a valuable overstay question mark, because they respond so many members down towards that bot side.
Looks into IG. Why all this? They're on the edge of a cliff with this series. We could not see them. Oh, it's GLFS going to steal it, give a little bit of hope back. He goes down immediately, and so too do 2 other members of IG. The hope that was ripped straight out from their hands, and now LGD with the Baron buff of plenty, 2 minutes strong, looking to crash into the Nexus turrets.
Yeah, GLFS might have the Midas touch, and the Dragon turns to gold. Sadly, so does his own base. LGD running it back. 6 scrubs looking to close out the game.
LGD, we've talked about the curse. We talked about them not making playoffs since 2020 summer, but now they find themselves 1 game away from that very thought of breaking the curse and dooming IG to 2025.
Let's go back to You Should Know Me in this top side, get him one of his duelists and see if he can get ahead from the Camille versus the Jace.
Last year, God, the guy just came and bursted out onto the scene, was finding solo kills against some of our top laners.
Gets 20% extra damage to dragons as part of her passive, and she gets 5 magic resist and armor per dragon, which means that, you know, all those random stats you cobble together, yeah, that's another one you get, where you get a load of HP from the Shojin and the Leandries, and then actually that HP means more because you're tankier. This isn't just the straight AP bomb Shyvana that we've had in the past.
Though they are surrounding the grubs. We have seen LGD get all 6 in 2 games in a row. Here comes the Hex Tech, as well as the follow-up with the Zenith Blade from Bertle. On needing to get out of there as well. Does have the safety, but he's still down. First blood does end up going to Vampire there. WiseCam really wanting that one, but this will lead to IG getting their grubs and the first ones of the series.
Yeah, this is their first grubs they've gotten in 3 games. Jinzhao very nearly saves Birdall by flashing into the stun, but it just ends up being an AoE stun instead under that turret. GLFS might be caught out now.
Oh, the Bramble Smash got Jinzhao on the other side. Hai Chao is not going to hit the Ultra Shock as GLFS does burn the flash. WiseCam hook shotting his way to safety.
The
so
flash
good
from Jinzhao's Q. Fantastic play from WiseCam to give his team some hope.
He's on his carry. He needs to do so. He's on nicely navigating that one to get away. Now Meteor's in a lot of trouble. Does have the Dragon's Descent to get away. Gonna get a big flame breath there as now Nani is on the way already. Jinzhao getting low. IG, they're pouncing. They do lose one in return, and now Hai Chao is here. Xiaoya going down to Nani. Finds himself a double kill, but now the Corgi needs to get his little butt out of there. Will end up falling to the big dragon herself. Meteor getting one back for LGD.
A first play on this top side. Right now, though, just going to be securing that crash in towards that top side.
GLFS does not have Napier's Grasp. They do know they're not on vision, though the engage comes out already from WiseCam. Hextech has already been used. He doesn't have any way out of this one. LGD, they want to try to fight it. He has his legs, though, and Bertle has his cut from under him. GLFS capitalizes.
Maybe just trying to play around his W gives him some really good ability to roam around the map.
All right, they're going to take the engage immediately. Jinzhao has no tankiness. Vampire has hit level 6. Jinzhao has not. Nature's Grasp used. IG a little bit worrisome now that they don't have big abilities left. Jinzhao doesn't have a big health bar, though. Meteor trying to decide if he wants to go in for the steal. Does get a huge flame breath there. Ooh, gets a little close, but it is IG securing that one and denying the stacking from LGD.
Yeah, Shyvana base damages, baby. Doesn't lead to anything again, though. Birdall needs to be careful, but does this time dodge out in the hook shot, which means that it's not under threat. Quite worried about this top lane matchup for poor Birdall. He's going to get ulted here.
WiseCam knows the ins and outs of the scissors, and now he's going to cut Bertle's life from him. One nice little hammer knockback, but doesn't matter. A return solo bolo and a return to 4 for WiseCam.
Camille, once you get towards 2 items, is an absolute terror. Does have himself flash to potentially go towards these grubs, but IG choose not to contest that one and leave them to the weight of LGD.
It is going to go even up those... on. He's going to have flap, but Hai Chao could chase him down here. Does have a little bit of damage back. Mom has come to help, so now it's just an uneven fight. And On makes it away. Does also get a plate for himself down there and is almost at 100 stacks.
Be really good. Teleport now on the boss side. Nani does have flash.
Dragon's Descent.
Safe here.
They'll have a little bit of damage with the Flame Breath. Ultra Shock hits too. There's Nature's Grasp and TP coming out from IG to try to rejoin this fight. Hai Chao looking for Nani though. Hai Chao almost gets him. Goes down to WiseCam in the end. True Shot Barrage gonna go wide, and that Corgi is looking fine.
Of course, WiseCam will be the Camille on that bot side turret. That will be a bit of an issue, and because he's got that Triforce already, Camille will do Camille things to this tower.
You're going to see that trade, though, coming through because Rift Herald, I do believe, has been started by LGD. So something given in return. They do end up getting that first turret, though, so a little bit of extra gold given to WiseCam. And that is pretty massive for IG as they are finding strength in the side lane, but they are not going to be ones that can just continue resting on their laurels. Yes, we talked about some of the scaling, making sure On can get to 225, but it's also going to be where the LGD are willing to fight over these dragons, willing to push this tempo a little bit for themselves. Help save his life. Dragon had been started up by LGD. This would be a second one, so stacking up some of those resists. He's going to have to be able to smite this one away. A little bit of poke damage there, but Meteor does secure it.
So that's some extra stats for Meteor, an extra dragon on the board for LGD, and of course the extra mountain dragon will very much help. Particularly Jinzhao and Meteor trying to hold that door shut in whatever kind of skirmish the team force they want for a little bit longer. While this is happening though, IG are now getting the outer turrets for the first time. They have themselves 2 turrets to none. LGD, they did get that Herald onto mid lane, but they haven't managed to kill that. You're trying to get some poke onto On. It's not going to be that valuable.
Oh, this can't happen. This cannot happen. WiseCam, he needs to try to find something back here. Might get a kill back. He does. Nice little smooth flash play there, but Hai Chao will get himself back in the game with that one because a shutdown goes over.
For an inner turret rather on the top side, which scores much
good death,
more
good
gold.
death.
It's, I think I think this still favors LGD because they really needed to open up the map one way or another. Getting a kill onto Haichao is important. It would have been great if they could have led to a bit more than this, but they'll take what they can get.
Or in the pit, they can have a ton of poke to layer down, but that's why GLFS is crucial for IG because he can get that counter engage. And speaking of, he's going to get the engage on Jinjiao, but Jinjiao gets his own counter. Big damage on, but it's not enough. Mommy comes out to save the day, and now IG are putting some damage back into LGD's poke composition. They've got to be under turret here, though. LGD fighting out YSKM, gets out himself, and these health bars will just mean that IG have primo position on the dragon, and this will be tying that one up 2-2.
And LGD, I don't think they have an answer anywhere else.
Oh,
Shaya's
Shaya
alone. He's overstepped, and he goes down.
Wow, I just love the decisiveness from YSKM so far, and they have now gotten themselves a massive advantage 22 minutes in, and they'll take the final outer tower too.
Man, YSKM is such a good Camille player, folks.
He really is.
Everything. If you ever play ARAMs and supports have normal gold, they are not fair champions, so I'll stand by this one. They're completely okay without them. IG getting that Fog of War, this is so oppressive now. Meteor would love to get split fights, can't quite get it.
Trying to get the Flame Breath down. Big combo there, but YSKM is just soloing out Xiaoya. Double TPs in. The Avenger Beams to spawn some reinforcements. Look at Meteor, though. He's getting collapsed on now. Needs to get another Flame Breath off. They did take down YSKM. Meteor is the only one standing on the right flank over here. They did end up taking down Jinjiao too, but one more Flame Breath, not going to connect there. LGD and IG, they're scrapping.
Yeah, how did that end up being a 1-for-1? I looked at that, fine, you've got to think that IG would wipe that, but YSKM goes down at an important moment. LGD might have now found an opening to get towards this mid lane out of turret. I don't think IG can do much about this. GLFS has flash, but no ultimate. Meteor's back. Finally, LGD start getting something back. Important moment for them. Meteor might even be able to get himself into some vision down in the enemy jungle.
On one edge of the blade, a knighthood on the edge. A decapitation. 2025 waiting whoever loses this series. On the other end, Bertle getting soloed again by YSKM. He does it time and time again. And you see why he gets this champion in a pivotal matchup for IG.
Look towards the dragon after this point. He can hop over the wall and potentially cause some harm here.
Oh my goodness, here comes Meteor too, and just like a meteor falling from the sky, but in the form of a dragon, he'll pick up a big shutdown on YSKM. Baron started up by IG. They burn it very quickly, so they'll be able to take this one down unless a miracle comes through, and that will not be the case. 4 Baron capes for IG, answered by another dragon for LGD, putting them on soul point.
Yeah, so it's going to be 3 dragons for LGD. Of course, the Shyvana passive gets some extra resist from that too, and that will stack up again with the Mountain Dragon. Yeah, I think IG, with this Smolder being really strong, if we get to a full 5v5, Smolder has to die early. The problem is, so does YSKM. That's a bit of a problem too. So, not going to be the easiest thing. Haichao going to get ulted.
Is all the sustainability going to be enough? He got hit by the Nature's Grasp, dashed into it. Thunder Crash comes down. Flame Breath is not going to connect just yet. Tries to get on YSKM. YSKM just eviscerates Haichao. Here comes IG to make the party even. And they find a couple kills. Bot lane, they're looking mid now. They want to give LGD a taste of their own medicine.
All right, LGD, they do not like that earlier trade of the Dragon for the Baron. IG use it well. They push in the late waves, and they force a fight on their own terms, and they will strike back in this series.
In a deadly flight in Shanghai, IG turn the sword right back on LGD. So close to going down, but not once to go down quietly, as they will take their first game win of this series. And now we have a series on our hands.
Locks himself in a champion which can really start snowballing an individual matchup. IG really putting pressure onto their top laner to say, all right, you have to be the one to counterpick and carry. Nady locks in a Yasuo, basically 0 setup. This isn't a Yasuo Diana, it's just a Yasuo for the hell of it. GLFS is going to easily get himself towards those Fated Ashes, which is exactly what you want out of an AP jungler. That's very helps you with your clear speed a lot. Kindle Gem, fine in terms of just your ability to get through things. Good trade onto Vampire again.
Oh, Vampire's in a lot of trouble now. He does have Flash, but it's not going to matter. First blood goes to Jinjiao.
And while on flaps himself to safety, Vampire has no such wings. Can't turn into a bat, sadly, for his namesake. And he will go down for first blood here. Vampire,
Dragon senses are tingling.
Yeah. Dragon's here. There is actually a good trade here onto Xiaoya. He's low HP too, but I definitely trust Jinjiao and Meteor in terms of their early damage a little bit more.
tried to get onto Xiaoya. Now who's in trouble is Jin Zhao. They do have Nani coming over. He is level 6, looking for the knock up, but not going to get it. Dragon in present form for IG.
On the other side, LGD, much more contested point in that point. IG, credit to them, getting a lot of value out of this early game.
He's got Nature's Grasp.
Birdall has Flash.
This is where they took advantage of LGD in the past game. He will try to get out of the CC, but can't do it. Bramble smash back, and a snip of the scissors. YSKM gets the return kill for IG. They did give up the 3 grubs to LGD, but honestly, you'll take a lead for YSKM.
Typically does. Actually, Birdall's quite good at team fighting even when he has less resources, but YSKM, from being out of the roster to coming in and having moments like this, very important. Dragon now started up. Shouldn't really have either of these top laners involved in it.
I'm also just a super big fan of like developmental projects in LPL, and YSKM being that for IG Young, but we don't get to talk about that anymore. Dragon gone. LGD escape route alpha here as Dragon's Descent gets Meteor out. He'll look for Poke on the other side of it, and again, you just have to get in the vicinity.
Think who this early game favors, because YSKM does have such a big lead, but the early objectives going to LGD is also a problem. IG should know this is
not
a thing.
The same as last game,
though.
that's for sure. Jin Zhao is going to get a lot of these stacks over to On. Honestly, that's what IG are looking for here, and getting consistent trades. Now the Nature's Grasp does end up getting blocked away from Xiaoya. Does have some Poke over there, but that is also the flash burn by Jin Zhao.
Just for
look at
bit
bot.
of a trade. Meteor.
Oh,
all right,
okay,
they're going for it.
bro.
Where's the Bramble Smash?
Let's
Where's
go.
the knock up?
He wants it. Last breath comes through. The combo is unleashed. And IG, they have juggled their way to a double kill for On.
Nady goes down, flashes the wall, and knows he can combo up. IG lock in effectively an unassisted Yasuo for at least for Pro League of Legends standards. Has done quite well at impacting games even when he's been put behind. There's a problem that he's behind in the first place. He has done a good job with that. He has the flash, has the ult, can bring someone out of the play. Meteor's going to be here first. I think IG probably don't want to fight this right now. They've given up position on the river, so they're going to give up all 6 grubs. That feels very, very cheap for this early game, but they've been fighting quite well.
That spelled doom
a big combo.
in the previous, in the first 2 games of the series as well. I am also interested. Obviously, we're getting the first item spikes here. I mentioned the Shojins. YSKM's going to be getting a healthy chunk of gold here, but Locket also there for GLFS. So really good go buttons, and they will just absolutely take your life from you in an instant. We are at the double Trinity Force completed for LGD, at least giving that one, but it's really that second item spike. They have strength. Doesn't matter though, they're going to use the vacuum of presence there in the top side for LGD to take the Rift Herald.
Are IG really just waiting for YSKM to take over the game? Is that the play?
I mean, hey, YSKM and On, they're 2 of the biggest scaling carries I feel like we have in League of Legends right now.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the champions they've locked in, absolutely. But giving over 6 grubs at a Herald, that's not great.
You're giving yourself a little bit of a tough time, but you know, hey, you know where you're trying to go. It's about the journey, right?
Yeah. I suppose so, but the question is, the journey going to take you down a back alley where you're going to get, well,
that's terrifying.
Close. Yeah, it's a bad time for things. So LGD, the window there. So it uses 1 wave beforehand, Herald in the next one. I think they take enough damage with the 6 grubs to get it through now. Get the charge into that turret. That should be mid lane turret down. Almost the entire ring out from LGD. Just the bot lane outer turret left for them to take, and that's.
Don't you just
go
love
home, Shelly. You're drunk. We remember the good driving.
All right. We'll see if, I guess if the series goes on, we'll get more good driving. Now, there is a lot of presence from LGD on the top side. Birdall needs to be careful. Does get away from another Solar Flare Needlework combo here again, but probably he's going to lose the turret for it. Top lane, tier 2, though, as LGD has their sights on, as IG now will pull the Nature's Grasp, have good wave clear here with Nani as well.
1,000 gold to 1,000 as well. It's not an all-lip thing. YSKM does have his ult. Meteor's hit too.
This time, Birdall's the one looking pretty aggressive. He's going to try to go with the all-out here. YSKM. He is immune, as the Gwen has been known to be, I guess, in past. Now, they are hovering to try to get this outer turret and get a little bit of the standing gold for LGD and continue this gold lead they have carved their way into 18 minutes in.
And you know you're in a farming jungler's world when they come to take and share the gold of that outer turret. You go, Meteor. You get yourself that 2 item spike.
Do you need a couch? You wanna talk about it? You want me to sit down? I got a notepad.
Well, you see, I'm not necessarily a top laner anymore, and if I am, I'm playing stuff like Quinn, so I'm going to be the selfish top laner.
Hives use some of this extra AoE damage that Gwyn can provide because he is getting a lot of value inside lane, but at some point, they're going to have to start contesting for some of this stuff.
Yeah, so the question is, what state are they going to be when they do start contesting? Do you have Haichao at a great point of power?
That would have been a lot of damage if one more missing shot hits on, able to flap his way to safety.
Yep. True. Yeah.
Oh, there's a bit of a tree being cut down in top lane as YSKM, his lead, his side lane, it's gone now at LGD.
Be a win condition, aren't finding that as easily as they potentially would have liked. That could be a bit of an issue here for IG now if that Gwen is not quite as easy to play around as they thought.
Oh, they're going to get a catch out here, though. Maybe a little bit of welcome goal. Bertle is still Cassante. Going to get mom called on him as well. The Tattletale has come through, but it's not enough yet. Xiaoya needs to reposition. TP coming in. Now LGD's Jin Zhao is gone. On claims the kill as well, so some extra gold to the little dragon.
A lot of gold in their carries on. The rest of IG need to get themselves onto the back line.
LGD last time around when they were finding success, Haichao was on this Corki. Can he put the damage down to keep up with some of the scaling? YSKM on the flank. Solar Flare goes wide. YSKM, he's a big damage dealer. Mom has been called. Now maybe this is just an unfair fight. Look at LGD. They're repositioning though. Big True Shot Barrage comes across. Haichao can't really find a follow-up, but this is where LGD succeed. When IG are running away, they get poked out. On will also burn the flash, and Dragon's Soul Point is going to be gifted over to LGD.
And considering where that fight was setting up, GLFS getting caught out at the start by Bertle really changes the tune of things. No consistent engage with a flash W into a Bramble Smash was available. And LGD get themselves the Soul Point, and they will start denying IG.
You're in this capacity at least, and it's really important for them to capitalize on some of the strength we've seen from them. As Xiaoya going to get literally everything burned from him. Going to flash as well, potentially. No. And the Arcade Shift was just enough now. They get the True Shot Barrage blocked by the Wind Wall. LGD, they stave off that initial damage, and this is where their comp thrives.
Goes down.
GLFS, he doesn't have flash, he doesn't have anything. Mom called out. We'll see the damage coming down, but it's not going to be nearly enough. They might try to get a pick off on the side. Here comes YSKM now as well. Vampire running his way here, but he's not here yet. YSKM going in, snip, maybe going to take Bertle's life. He does have the all-out and gets Nady under turret here. Taking the turret shots, but will survive. Does have some sustainability. Meteor does end up using the Dragon's Descent to get away. Has some extra poke. Doing really good with the Rage Bar management here to get some more damage down. And LGD, they are sticking tooth and nail in this fight. I love to see Haichao stepping up in the moment. I think this guy has had some quiet ones, but he's also had some really pivotal moments. Yeah, and the fact that we're seeing this guy, developmental prospect for LGD, big clutch. He has the Dragon's Descent. He's fine. He's a big, strong dragon, all right? We're going to see the siege, though, on top side. Haichao is the damage dealer now, and you can see that damage on the turrets. They got to be careful, though. They're being surrounded. IG, they want to take their life, and Vampire wants to take their blood. As now the mom call is going to get the kill for YSKM. Jin Zhao trying to get out of there. Haichao is the damage dealer, but has now need him escape because his whole team's gone. Dragon is coming up in about 35 seconds. LGD just gave up their opportunity to take this soul.
It's still there from LGD to push in across the rest of the map, but to give up that easy first soul opportunity they have.
They're looking at a play on top side, trying to use these couple thousand gold leads for the Meteor, and Haichao doesn't end up dodging out of the Flame Breath as YSKM. Not looking for that side lane pressure yet since he didn't have TP.
They're not going to have that Shyvana ult for much longer, though, and now that's down. Now the engage comes through, the Shyvana's down.
LGD, they're running around. They will end up making it away. IG, we're just trying to see how many resources they could get out of that when the siege is going to continue. Bertle, he's in a little bit of trouble. Big Wind Wall is going to get the siege completed onto the outer turret, and IG are going to get some standing gold, maybe even go to force a fight around Baron.
Yeah, some rare patient play coming out from IG. Meteor is level 16, has better rage generation now. That ultimate won't take too long to come back, but it might take long enough. LGD, now they're the ones who have to retake the pit.
On is scary, but his health bar is low. They're going to go for the engage. Look at Bertle. He's going to try to get on by himself over there. He's fighting him all out of the pit to bring him to his team, though. That's a mistake. YSKM on the back line. Now IG, they're completely cleaning house right now. And LGD, they fumble the bag.
been a good advertisement for what Shyvana could do. I don't think Meteor is playing this champion the way it is most powerful. Just snoozing into the 5v5s, playing like artillery is not enough.
On and YSKM now having such representative games of the highs we can see of them. They are tag team in bot lane. They are pushing in, doing inhib here as well. And LGD's answer is nowhere even near good enough at this point, as IG have taken full control of the game, and they're also pushing mid lane.
This is a huge problem for LGD because they don't actually want to be stuck in the straight 5v5s. I think Arn is too good at that. I think the wind wall gets too much value, and the Shyvana is not going to get enough value. Has really good power now with the Maokai ultimate to maybe siege in this last tower.
They're going to go for the engage there. They are completely split. Look at LGD. They're going to try to get some damage back on it, but they've already lost the inhib turret now. That is a lot of the engage tools from IG utilized, though, and LGD maybe trying to capitalize on that. They are putting some decent damage onto YSKM. They stave off the mid lane siege as well.
Savar and Haichao has been blocked out by the wind wall. Maybe the Yasuo wind wall could just be its own game-changing enough factor.
Questioning the Yasuo pick, we're wondering what kind of impact it can have. Well, down 2-0 to start this series off, and it was looking dire. Now they are the ones delivering the pain. They're the ones under turret here, diving maybe a little bit too far here, as they are now split. YSKM getting low, but they're still going to pick up the kills. Nani under turret. One more shot will do it. Bertle can't get the knockback, but Haichao will take him into his GA. IG want to pop back, though. Look at On. Look at On. He's got damage. Bertle, he's onto him, though, but the execution's going to be enough. IG still have bodies. They still got damage. You got to watch out. Last breath from Nani. It's the difference. And On. Scream your little dragon heart out as IG. They're staving as Haichao. He's finding the damage back. The Corky house right back, but it's the mid lane inhib turret that goes down for IG.
God, making sure that they can spot any movements. It's going to be Baron for Dragon Trade as it stands right now. No teleports from IG to respond.
Long-term buff versus short-term buff. You'll take that, I feel like, for LGD, because an Infernal Soul with all this poke is just going to amplify that damage. You just have to hold on, though. This Baron Siege could just be the nail in the coffin that sends us to Silver Scrapes.
Could be. So IG, they need to get value out of this Baron over this next 3 minutes. Can they get enough out of it? They'll get themselves some more gold. Gold is getting to the point where it's quite decorative, though.
The big dragon he always knew he could be. But it's also awesome that On, in the back of everything, is the one to watch. Nature's Grass coming across. Solar Flare does come through. Mom called as well. Vampire up there in the front, though. He's in trouble. Bertle was going for him, but he does end up getting out. Now, YSKM did take the mid inhib, so that's something that LGD have to reposition for. He's actually looking for a fight there, and he's finding big damage on a Meteor. Xiaoya also getting very low. The siege is going to continue on top and mid.
It will do, but I think that with Defender's advantage and Home Guard, LGD will still be able to fight. They might not be able to get this protection to the top lane inhib turret, though. That's going to go down. We may be seeing 3 inhibs down in the space of this Baron buff.
Oh, this siege, this moment, IG rising to the occasion. They will not be put down quietly at the round table here in the Knights Rivals stage. They have the siege. They still have Baron up for a while. See if they want to continue, though. Some of that wave clear starting to come online, but the poke is starting to come through. There's the TP coming in, and IG, they're trying to push here. Meteor, he wants to get the poke in. They might have just staved themselves off as Meteor doing massive damage now as well. YSKM needs to be careful. Go on, trying to get some damage back down. Now you got to be careful yourself for LGD. Your health bars, they just can't hang. IG, they're continuing, Nightmare.
Yeah, YSKM is so strong. Next time he has his W up, he'll play aggressively. That's a teleport onto the last
They're
minion.
trying to save the minions. They just need to do something. Bertle, pretty tanky, can be a body in front of IG. They're trying to keep this turret alive. They're trying to keep the last bastion of defense here. LGD fill this series sweeping out of their hands. Bertle, he's in there, but he's too far. IG fully capitalized on what has been a major weakness for LGD, and On, the man on the dragon, has truly outdone himself now. He's coming alive and he's screaming at the top of his lungs as IG force Silver Scrapes. Big thing is now, though, IG actually have more setup, at least a little bit, for Nani on the last breath combos. But I do really like the Poppy to try to separate some of these pieces.
So big brain.
I mean, this has been a huge focus for LGD. They said, we're done with it. We're done letting On have the spotlight. He is forced out of his easy reunion with Vampire. Going to force GLFS coming over here. They have no movement from mid lane either, so this is just a straight-up 3v3 that LGD have a bit better poke in. They're going to miss the Zenith Blade. Oh, no, Vampire. He hits the dredge line, and where is your savior now? LGD will lose a little bit more health on the back end here. Going to go for a dive on IG. IG are already hurting, and now On's going to flash away, but he might find the cash chance, finding the combos. YSKM comes in too, and now LGD find themselves on the back end of a worse trade. Outside, Faded Ashes did get completed by Meteor. GLFS is going to look for maybe a little bit of play on bot side. Doesn't get spotted out on Vision as he comes through. Still going to go for it. He's a fast deer and going to look for the swirl seed. Hits it, the slowdown. Jinzhao can't get the seed. It's played at another mistake, and On capitalizes.
The side of IG, and On has himself an early advantage now on the Draven. You can snowball with this, and it is On. On is the heart and soul of IG. If On is not doing well, IG are not doing well. He gets himself 2 kills, and he gets himself on the board.
Yeah, it's no longer looking at 25, 30 minutes. He's looking to win now, and Jinzhao, you cannot go down 3 times in a row like that. He's trying to get around the corner, but swept up by GLFS, and IG have just now needing to back off a mid lane. Will be spotted out, and they know he's here. He just needs to get 1.
This is dangerous. You have the flash. You shouldn't be stood here.
Oh, Vampire goes for the flash play, the decisiveness, the last breath, everything falling onto Meteor, and he's turned into a pelt. Nani picks it up, and now you'll get the trade back 3 for 3 in grubs.
Vampire was on a ward. Meteor has flash, and he chooses not to use it. He knows that's coming. That was always dangerous. You didn't have the teleport from Birdle, knew he was on Vision. That is a huge mistake from Meteor, the player who I've come to trust so much for LGD in this summer. It's been his best split in so long there from LGD. Haichao has been losing the early matchup versus the Yasuo in both of the games that we've seen this in the Corki. That's a Zenith Blade. I don't know if they want this.
Yeah, I don't know if they do. Xiaoya is the one taking the brunt of damage here. My God! The Whirling Death not going to be enough. The flash does end up coming out. Swirl Seed also went a little bit wide there, but IG show their fangs here, and it ain't Meteor. It's the Fang Deer GLFF.
Once again, the Fang Deer thing, the water deer.
It always comes back. It always comes back.
To that. Jinzhao looking again, teleport coming in for Birdle.
All right, maybe this is where LGD turn it around, and Xiaoya picking up the kills. Huge Birdle coming over. Nice combo there. On is going down. They're under turret, though. Nobody can get him. The claws, they don't have distance, but you got that 20-foot lead to follow it up. Meteor gets 1. Vampire going down to the sun, and Jinzhao gets back. LGD, they're back in it.
It can be caught out of the play by the Poppy in the later game fights. If you use the W well, if you use that ult well, but giving YSKM an individual lead and a full turret first, that is a price to pay for that boss.
That's a huge price. I mean, this has been banned away from him almost every single game.
Just plain and simple. Just before this, there was the chance that IG could have got that kill onto Xiaoya. It was a bit of an overstep beforehand, but still, Jinzhao, he does have that solar flare.
He's going to go for it. Has the shield to stop a lot of damage. The wind wall as well. They have Meteor coming around. Nani just going to go back over there, try to dodge his way out, but Haichao picks up a nice little bit of gold as IG take the Rift Herald on the other side.
This is the right choice. You weren't going to be able to win that Herald fight, I don't think, not with the terrain, and particularly with YSKM coming up there as well, being very, very powerful. So they do get themselves a kill for Haichao, and he'll get himself a turret here on the bot side as well. That is better than what they would have got around that Herald. IG, they still get the Herald. That's still a bonus for them. But now the question is how they'll use that. I haven't seen the chunks on the mid lane turret right now. I don't think it will kill it in 1. I don't think it's been taken low enough. So IG, they have that power point, but it won't be quite as easy to get a return on investment out of that one.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll try to save it at least for this next dragon, give themselves a little bit more ease of access there potentially. Actually have a little bit of a potential here for LGD to fight this one out.
They do, but it's not like they brought up any big ultimates. Meteor needs to be careful. Any hook could lead into that Yasuo ultimate. That could be the game changer. Watch for the Yasuo Nautilus combo. Watch for LGD to see if they can get their carries into the right position. Oh,
Haichao gonna get a decent amount of damage onto Nani. They go for it. Jinzhao misses it, though. They go for the Solar Flare. They realize he doesn't have any way out. Nani's gone. Meanwhile, big Keeper's Verdict there at LGD. They just clawed themselves back. It's going to be taken by Haichao here, too, so they stop the stacking. Haichao, he's picking up even more, and a triple kill.
Position to play with that Nidalee. Sometimes the Poppy as well can struggle, but right now, Bernal's actually doing a really good job of dealing with YSKM.
Oh, this is a little bit of trouble. We've seen YSKM Have good side lane strength, but now Bertle seemingly has his number. Going to be followed up with Meteor coming through. WiseCam just wants to fight itself. He's trying to get it back. Meteor makes the difference here, though. A lot of damage back. WiseCam gets caught in the side lane. That's massive, though, as IG need to try to make a play somewhere else.
Side, he does still have his ultimate if he wants to go for a flash wall stun into a pop-up.
So much standing gold still on the map here as they're going to scoop it up. GLFS gets a really nice time flat, but Vampire, he's in there. He's going down low, but GLFS is going to take up a lot. He goes golden. Lilting Lullaby going to come through. On is already half health. Nane, he steps up. The bodies cannot hang for IG. Up as well, 2-2 in that score, and we're starting to get little moves from, I guess that's that last game in game number 4 where we saw very heavily contested mid game.
With this item.
Chow, very strong, but maybe lacking a little bit of that extra oomph with that third item being a little bit more defensive as well.
Towards this bot side, doesn't have 6 grubs, but he has a demolish and he has 3. That'll be enough to get some good damage down here on the bot side with the help of the cannon minion. LGD survive the cross map and they get themselves good turret damage.
We're really starting to see some of the poke come alive for LGD. They also pick up some more of that side lane gold as well. That's going to be big. Chow did burn his flash there. And you'll see IG trying to go for an engage in the end. Some flare. Item completions here. Oh, WiseCam, is this it? He goes in. He's tried this time and time again. And time again, it's got a little bit wide. Lilting Lullaby initiated. That's the go button. You got to follow up. There's the Whirling Death coming in. They can't get it now. And here comes the onslaught from LGD. They're poking him down. They're going to take down Nady. And that's one piece to the puzzle. LGD from the break of a reverse sweep. They're cracking those brooms, and that Meteor, he's gonna go golden. Vampire is getting low, and the sunset is getting nigh for IG as LGD, they're pushing for the end. It's been 4 long years, Nymera. Is this finally it?
LGD in our first best of 5 of the split will take it to 5, but they will not be reverse swept.
They are taking the Nexus turret. There's only one thing left, and after those long years, LGD will be our 8th seed in the LPL playoffs.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.